Michael Keaton is currently filming in Scotland for the Batgirl, but does this disprove the Flash movie rumors about what happens to the Dark Knight? Not necessarily. More right after this. Greetings, Gothamites. K-Wing here, and today we are talking about Keaton filming in The Batgirl. As I mentioned about a month or so ago, maybe longer, Keaton would be showing up in The Batgirl to start filming in February and into, I believe, the beginning of March. Batgirl is supposed to wrap up principal photography of the film around the middle of March. Now, Keaton has arrived. I believe it was last weekend or either over the weekend. I think it was Friday or Thursday. Some people saw him walking around. Then they saw him in the suit. Would have been late Thursday night or early Friday morning. All you need to know is the following info, unfortunately, is spoilers. So if you don't want the Batgirl movie spoiled, or you just don't care, then feel free to keep listening, and then I'll do my best to try to do non-spoilery things later. So the internet is jumping up and down right now because they're like, aha, this debunks the haters saying that Michael Keaton gets injured and becomes the more or less Nick Fury of the DCEU. Because look at here, he's walking around. He looks like he's in great shape. For a 70-year-old, Michael Keaton looks really good. Yeah, okay, so just so you know, that sequence is known as a flashback. There's going to be various flashbacks throughout the movie because they're going to show little Babs hanging out with her mom and Jim when they first either arrive in Gotham or they're out Christmas shopping. This, at its heart, is going to be a Christmas movie, and also Christmas is going to be a very, I wouldn't say taboo, but sad subject for the Gordons, and I'm going to tell you why. So, in the comics, Barbara Gordon's mom has died repeatedly in different continuities, or she's divorced her husband and left him, and he's ended up with a girl named Sarah, who then is killed by the Joker. So in this movie, it looks like they're going with the origin story where Barbara's mom is killed by a bomb. And this would also maybe give Barbara some type of trauma involving bombs and fires, which would make dealing with Firefly a little bit more strenuous for her, which I think would be fantastic if they go that route, because Barbara does have, at least in the New 52 comics, she has a lot of fears from being paralyzed and, post-traumatic stress. So if she's afraid of fire, that would make Firefly a more intimidating character for her to take on, which is why Batman would need to help her. But that's besides the point. So there's going to be a few sequences where they're going to be hanging out as a happy family. Jim rattles the cages somehow, which, I mean, come on, he's a good cop in Gotham. Some stuff happens, and his wife is going to be killed by a bomb. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Michael Keaton is the Batman that shows up and talks to Jim, and from the filming sequence, it looks like Jim Gordon and Michael Keaton Batman already know each other. Now, how would Michael Keaton's Batman know Jim Gordon if he is just as a lot of people say, he is a person who is going to appear and take Affleck's place at the end of the Flash movie, which there are two rumors for the Flash movie. One, Michael Keaton gets injured and has to, take on a new role in the DCEU, and he replaces Ben Affleck as the older Batman from Ben Affleck's world to kind of be like, well, this world needs a Batman more than mine, and I'm on my way out anyway, so why not? I'm just going to show up here. And then the other version is that Michael Keaton's Batman is a new variant, a completely different Batman that resembles Michael Keaton. He's not the 89 Batman, and he's not Affleck. He is the new DCEU timeline, meaning that Jim Gordon from the DCEU that you've met knows Batman as the Michael Keaton version. The Ben Affleck version never happened in this new timeline. So that is the two things. One of these rumors is going to be true. Either Michael Keaton is a random guy who shows up and replaces Bruce Wayne and Batman, which I will let you know would never work in this universe, because people would know that Ben Affleck is the look and feel of Bruce Wayne, and Michael Keaton cannot just go in and fill his shoes and take over as Bruce Wayne. Even though Bruce Wayne was kind of a recluse in the BVS, his Bruce Wayne was very active in society. You saw him going to parties. He was very loose with his women. His face was plastered all over the place. More so than his Batman after Robin died, which he just kind of became an urban legend, like the Bat of Gotham. This is a Michael Keaton Batman that the town actually knows, or Gotham knows who he is, because there's going to be various graffiti all over showing his Batman as the Batman that's been around, along with his Robin, Dick Grayson, not the Robin from the 89 comics, because this, I'm telling you, is not the 89 Batman. This is a completely new character. So anyway, Michael Keaton shows up. He probably swears to Jim they're going to get the people that did this. Maybe little Babs was kidnapped and they're going to find the little girl. Because, I mean, Jim looks pretty bewildered about what just happened. Which, I mean, makes sense. You know, he just lost the love of his life. And everything's all messed up. And Batman is here. Batman arrives late. And this might also play into why Batman takes on Babs as a protege or a sidekick or something in this movie, is because he feels bad that he was unable to save her mom. Now, I'm just theorizing. I'm pretty good when it comes to Batman stuff, so I have no confirmation on any of this. The only thing I know that this is a flashback sequence has to do with Jim Gordon's hair. Now, just so you know, Jim Gordon has red hair in the comics, and in this movie, Jim Gordon will have red hair when his wife is alive. Over the course of probably 15 years, maybe 20 years, however long the Gordons have been in Gotham, by the time of Justice League, Jim Gordon's hair is how you saw it in Justice League. It's kind of grayish white. He's getting up there in years. And, you know, he is a very distraught, sad, depressed person because, you know, he lost his wife to crime, which furthers his crusade to clean up Gotham. You know, that's his mission. And then when you see him in the flashback sequences, he looks like a very happy father. He's here in this, you know, kind of, we'll say, dump city, but he has his family, so everything's great. And then he loses his wife, and that's going to be why, you know, he really starts to show the years as he's the police commissioner. Until they actually show Michael Keaton's Batman working alongside of Babs, then we know for a fact that Michael Keaton's Batman was very active in the past, not so much in the present. Now, Keaton is going to be filming from, I believe, I guess we're in mid-Feb now because my birthday is this Friday. So this is kind of like mid-February. So he's going to be there mid-February until the start of March. It's rumored that he's already shot some sequences, like not out in the open, like stuff in the Batcave, things in either Wayne Manor or Wayne Enterprises, or at the GCPD or wherever. Nobody really knows on set. Like, nothing is leaked about what type of Batcave we're going to see, if it's going to be Affleck's Batcave, if it's going to be a variation of a brand new Batcave that we're going to see in the Flash movie. I'm leaning more toward it's going to be kind of like a variant of the 89 Batcave, except more comic accurate, because that Batcave wasn't, you know, really all that in a bag of chips. It was just kind of like a set of monitors, a place for the Batmobile to stand, and that was about it. You know, it didn't really have the grandiose feel of a Batcave that we saw later in, like, Ben Affleck's movies or the animated series, something like that. So, and of course, Matt Reeves' Batman takes place in a abandoned train station, like a subway station, which makes sense. I mean, he would totally do that. It's possible we're going to see the train station thing again, because it's shown that Barbara Gordon, in one of the things that they were filming, that she was on a pair of train tracks and she was going off route from Gotham. So maybe she runs into kind of a retired Batman in Gotham, which is why we haven't seen Keaton out of costume hanging out with Babs just yet. They could be doing a lot of things under wraps. They could be only filming like Batman and Batgirl sequences in buildings. But until you see Batman, Michael Keaton, and either the stunt double or Leslie Grace herself standing toe-to-toe with Batman, then you know that a lot of the stuff you're going to be seeing with Keaton's Batman, because they have to establish that he is the Batman of this universe, will be flashbacks. Because I'm not saying the rumor is true that something is going to happen where he's going to have to pass on the mantle to Barbara or Nightwing or something like that. But, I mean, for the time being, anytime you see Keaton hanging out with Jim Gordon and Gordon has the red hair, then you know, oh, okay, this is a flashback sequence involving what happened to the Gordon family, which is going to be pretty devastating, actually, you know. So there's going to be a lot of trauma and excitement and action in this film. It's kind of a shame that it's only an HBO Max movie, but maybe we'll actually get it out by Christmas time. You will have to see the Flash movie to understand what is going to happen in Batgirl, because this is not Ben Affleck's universe. Mark my words, there's going to be a traditional Robin, Dick Grayson, who will most likely be played by Dylan O'Brien. Leslie Grace, she is the Barbara Gordon of this universe, not necessarily the Barbara Gordon that they had in mind for Ben Affleck's The Batman movie. And her father is a variant of the Jim Gordon you met in the DCEU. This is not the same Jim Gordon that you met in Justice League. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty excited about that. Just seeing Michael Keaton on set. If you want to see what he looks like, you can go to my Twitter, @KWingReviews. Check out the pictures, because I don't dare put him in this video, because Warner Brothers is going to hit it with all types of nasty copyright, possibly block the video or partially block it. So I've learned over the years not to include stuff like that in my content, because, well, I kind of want to make sure that people can see the video. But everybody, you have a great rest of your day. Later tonight on my YouTube channel, K-Wings Let's Plays, I will be playing the Green Lantern video game for a VIP channel member over there. So if you want to check that game out, feel free to. Links in the description. And now I want to hear from you guys. How do you feel about the flashback sequence in the Batgirl? You think it's pretty exciting? Are you kind of bummed what happens to Barbara's mom? Or you just really interested to see how things go? I will keep you guys abreast of all the stuff happening with the Batgirl movie. The footage, of course, I don't know if I've said this or not, comes from the Scotland YouTube channel We Walks, which basically they walk around Scotland, they film. It's kind of a cute little blog thing. And they were very gracious enough to end up on set and film a bunch of things and Easter eggs, and actually give us footage of Michael Keaton walking around in the Batsuit. The Batsuit looks pretty good. It's kind of like a nice variant of the Batman Returns costume, but utilizing technology from other Batman things, like the 2004 Batman cartoon, which had a very blue glow to the gadgets and things like that. So anyway, it's going to be pretty exciting. I can't wait to see what happens. My 10-year-old self, seeing Keaton in the suit again, is kind of jumping up and down. Even though I really wanted Ben Affleck to be the Batman and get his HBO Max show and, you know, introduce Batgirl into this universe. The idea that Robin was dead in the universe always kind of upset me. So now that Dick Grayson is alive and he's going to appear as a cameo or a very small role in Batgirl leading into his own movie on HBO Max or in theaters, I think that's very exciting. I'm very happy to have Michael Keaton back. I can't wait to see some actual action sequences, because the man can still do stuff, as we've seen in The Protégé and the American Assassins film. So I want to see Keaton kicking butt and taking names, because there has to be a reason why Barbara Gordon is so fascinated with him and wants to become Batgirl in this universe. Because remember, she's inspired by Batman to become Batgirl. So anyway, guys, have a wonderful morning. Thanks so much for listening, and I will see you next time. I've got other videos lined up this week for you guys, talking about the Batman prequel book, talking about my thoughts on the Gotham Knights TV show, and some other stuff. All right, guys, take care. Thanks so much for listening. Bye-bye.